I choose to focus on the good in my life. Every day brings two choices: to focus on what's missing or to focus on what's already there. When you focus on lack and what's missing and what's not good enough and what other people have and that you don't have, life will feel heavy. It will feel miserable. But when you focus and are appreciative of what you already have, life will expand. You'll be blessed with more. You'll attract more, and you'll have more of an abundance mentality, which is just the mentality you should have in life. But most people have a scarce mentality, a lack mentality, a mentality of, man, I just wish I had more. Or I wish I had what others have. Or your mind is in the ditch. Your mind is negative. And when your mind is negative, you attract more negativity. That's why things keep going bad. And when you're like, well, how worse can life get? Well, it can get a lot worse because you're already in the mindset of that it's bad and then that it sucks. So you're just going to get more things that are bad and that suck and that are negative. But when you're positive, more positivity is going to come to you. And when you're grateful and, like I said, you're appreciative of what you already have, more will be bestowed upon you. More will come to you. More good will come. And you'll be like, man, life keeps giving me great things. And you'll be excited. And that excitement will also keep attracting more exciting things. So we're always compounding. You're either compounding negatively or you're compounding positively. And it's based on you. It's based on your mindset. It's based on the words you speak out of your mouth. It's based on your conversations with friends and loved ones. It's based on your conversations with coworkers. So many people are just gossiping, complaining, condemning. Of course, if that's all you do all the time, that's 24 hours of your day, other than when you're asleep, I guess, or 12 hours of your day. Of course, that's what you're going to keep getting. What you focus on, you're feeding. You're feeding your mind that. When you're scrolling and looking at the news and looking at all the bad and negative things in the world, of course, that's going to be the highlight of your life because that's what you're focused on. That's what you're feeding your mind. And what you feed on, you will eventually hunger for. There's a story about different farmers and things like that and how they combat coyotes and combat wolves that try to come and eat their sheep and their livestock. And the saying is they'll get blood, like sheep blood, and they'll freeze it. But what they do is they freeze it around razor blades so that when the wolves and coyotes are licking on the ice, they can smell the blood and they want to get to the blood. They'll lick the ice so much that it will numb their mouth. And then as they get through the ice to get to the blood, it's razor blades. So they're cutting their mouth all on razor blades, and they'll either damage themselves, cut their tongue off, or, bleed to death, or hurt themselves if they don't want to come back. But what's that show you? You'll feed on things. Like I said, you'll feed and you'll hunger to the life or death, good or bad. So you'll feed on positive things and you'll hunger for more positive things, and you'll feed yourself positively. You'll feed yourself abundantly. You'll feed yourself good things that will bring a good life. Or you'll feed on negative things and you'll hunger for negative, and it will ultimately destroy your life. It will take your life away, or it will make your life get worse as it goes because you're hungering for negative. Your hunger is for bad. Your hunger is for not so good things. So keep that in mind as you feed your mind, as you feed your eyes, as you speak life, as you listen to things, music included, all these things. I'm not going to go on a whole rant about all that, but just do a life audit for the next day, the next 24 hours. What are you looking at? What are you talking? How are you speaking? Are you speaking life or are you speaking death? There's a book called Hung by the Tongue. That's another good book, because what you speak, you're manifesting in real time. You're sowing those seeds. And like I said, you're compounding your words. Imagine if everything that you said in the next 24 hours came true. How much would your words be different in the next 24 hours versus the last 24 hours, versus the last year, versus the last 10 years of your life? Practice it. Say the next 24 hours, imagine as everything that you speak from your mouth comes true. Write down the difference. Write down the different things you're going to be saying about yourself, about your family, about your friends, about your career, about your health, about your mindset, about your spiritual walk, about all these different things. How much different is it going to be? Are you going to be speaking life? Or are you going to be speaking death? So do these audits. Do the 24-hour, what you say audit. Do the 24-hour audit of what you're currently consuming, what you're currently looking at, listening to. That's even gossip from coworkers, gossip from family. You call your sister every day, or your grandma, or you talk to your coworkers. Is it just gossip 24/7? Is it just negative and he said, she said, and this happened and that happened? Is that filling and consuming your mind? Or are you going to make the option to consume and fill your life with good, reading books, listening to podcasts, telling your friends and loved ones actual good things about themselves and building them up, speaking life into them and telling them that you love them, so that when they're no longer around, you don't miss them as much, or you're not having the regret of, man, I wish I talked to grandma more. I wish I talked to my best friend more. I didn't even know he was struggling with that. I didn't know she was struggling with that, and living a life full of regrets and negativity. That's what it all stems back to. So today, what will you choose? I choose to focus on the good. I choose to add more good by focusing on the good and expanding my life, and then knowing that, you know what, if I focus on more good and I implement more good habits, even more, even better, even a greater life will come to me. That's what I choose. I hope you make the same choice. This was Consistency Day 336. I hope you got something from this message. If you did, I encourage you to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. And other than that, I wish you all peace and blessings on the journey.